Hello guys, David here and welcome to Btekt. I was lucky enough to get hands-on with Huawei's Mate X in a very cold and rainy Amsterdam. I was actually there to see another extremely impressive Huawei device that I'm not allowed to tell you anything about at the moment. I'll leave it up to your imagination as to which one. But I have to say, the Mate X did surprise me in a few ways, so I thought I'd make a quick hands-on video for you and share my experiences. Before I get into it, I want to say a big thank you to Direct Mobiles for looking after us here at Btekt. Over 24 years of award-winning customer service, and it's just an excellent place to go if you're looking for a good deal on your next handset. Their link is in the video description below, or you can search directmobiles.co.uk. So obviously this is a very tactile device, but even more so than I imagined. There is a fair amount of resistance in that hinge. It's not quite as easy as you might think to open and close, but it's still very smooth and clicks firmly into place, and is held there by a locking mechanism. When it's folded, it is much the same form factor as a regular phone. It's just a little bit larger than the Mate 20 Pro, as you can see here. You do notice the extra weight in your hand, but it's not what I would call heavy at all. Having the familiar form factor when folded, I think, is going to give this a big advantage over the Samsung Galaxy Fold. The extra thickness of the Galaxy Fold, plus the fact that when it is folded, it is a slimmer form than what we're used to, and the fact that it doesn't actually close flat, in my opinion, is going to be the clincher for those who can afford to be in the market for these new folding flagships. There is an eject button just below the camera lens to release the screen, and when you click it, the screen pops out a good 10-15mm, which gives you some idea as how much resistance there is in that screen. But I don't think anybody could deny that this is a very impressive handset. It just oozes quality. Some of my photos from MWC did throw up some questions to me about the center of that screen. You know, how obvious is the fold? In some shots, it did seem like it was creasing a little bit, but I saw no issues with the unit that I have. It almost feels like you can put it on sale today. It feels very near completion. I did ask if there had been any improvements since we first saw it last month. The hardware apparently is unchanged, but there has been some improvements to the software. There is some concerns from people that implementing a design where the screen folds on the outside may make it very prone to scratches, as the screen is exposed at all times. Other companies working on folding phones have said that they did abandon the outward folding concept for this very reason. But Huawei did say that they have designed a very clever case for it. From what we've seen from the case so far, it maintains the slim design and also looks very stylish. So for me, the screen being exposed all of the time shouldn't really be a problem, but if any phone ever needed a case, it's this one. If I was to be very critical of the Mate X, then I would say that I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks from the back when it's unfolded. It definitely lacks the wow factor that you get from viewing it from the front. I think I would have preferred to see a bit more of a polished finish to the materials on the back. When folded, both the back and the front look great. Completely full screen display on the front, no selfie camera to speak of. Selfies are handled by the rear. Open the camera app and switch cameras as usual, and the device will ask you to turn it round, where you'll be able to see a full view of yourself whilst taking your picture. Being critical again, I feel that although the screen seems to be perfectly legible under the bright lights of the studio that we was in, I don't think that it has the same level of brightness or vibrancy that we're seeing from some of the very latest phones in 2019. But do take that with a pinch of salt. I'm not really sure if the device was on its maximum brightness all the time, but I can imagine that the trade-off in the step forward in technology that the folding phone brings means that the screens are bound to be compromised in some other area. But again, it's just my speculation. And then of course there is that prohibitive price tag. Not everybody will be able to afford this phone, even if they do decide to get it on a 24-month contract. We were speculating as to how much it could be per month. Based on the prices that are available at the moment for things like the iPhone XS, you can pick one up for about £80 to £90 a month. I would say that if you can't afford the £2,000 up front, then you're probably going to be looking at shelling out £120 to £150 a month for this phone, and possibly even over a 36 or even a 48-month contract. Will it sell at this price? Considering that there are very few phones that have broken the £1,000 mark and can be considered a success. Even the Samsung Galaxy S9 did not sell as many units as Samsung was hoping, nor did the iPhone XS or XS Max. And I think a big reason of that is partly down to the massive cost. I think the Mate X has a better chance of doing well despite it being quite a lot more expensive than those other devices. And the simple reason being that they're offering us something new. Something that other smartphones cannot offer, perhaps will encourage people to spend the extra money. Right now the tech community's gone mad for this phone, but will the general public? We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Thanks for watching guys. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. It's @Btekt, or you can add me on Snapchat, david.btekt. Doing my best to get hold of one of these as quickly as possible, so as soon as one becomes available, you know it'll be all over Btekt. So if you're interested in this device, then it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, double tap notifications, and smash the like button. I'm David, and this is Btekt.